Hello students, in the last class in digital electronics we have studied about the AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate, and then I summarized all the laws we have studied, that is commutative law, associative law and distributive law. And in the end of the class I have given you two questions on simplification of Boolean algebra. Now I am going to, you might have tried this question at your home. Now I am going to solve how to solve this type of question if at all they ask you in examination. So here the question is to simplify the above function, that is a or b or c and a or b complement or c, or a and a or b complement c. So you can notice here from a or b here is given. So whenever if more than two variables are present and that is common, so let's assume it as another variable, that is x is equal to a or b. So by putting this x value in this equation, that is if x is equal to a or b, so obviously this becomes x or c, then you have a or b complement or c, then you have again x or c complement. So in this way we can reduce and apply your distributive law. So obviously this AND operation obeys the commutative law, so I can interchange the position. So x or c and x or, just I interchange the position, x or c complement, then we have a or b complement c. So from your distributive law, I have written here your distributive law, that is, you know, a or bc is equal to a or b and a or c. This is your distributive law. So from the distributive law we can apply here in place of a it is given that x or c complement. So how to apply this distributive law? So obviously here two terms are common, that is x is common, here two terms are common, that is a is common, hence a, then the product of the remaining two variable, that is b and c. Here a is common, then after simplification you will get, this is your distributive law, a and the product of the remaining two variable, that is b and c. Similarly here x is common, hence x or, applying distributive law, x or c product of the remaining two variable, that is c and c complement, So see, this distributive law is very important with respect to your Boolean algebra. So you need to carefully apply that law, c or c complement, then a or b complement or c. This step I have done from your distributive law. So c and c complement, that is always equal to 0. This is the conclusion from your AND gate. If one of the variable is complemented and AND with the same variable, the product will be always 0. So x or 0, that means x or 0. So x with or with 0 is always equal to x. So I am directly writing this step, that is x and a or b complement or c. So this x is nothing but your a or b, then you have a or b complement c. So obviously in the bracket you have two terms is common, then again apply your distributive law. So distributive law means here a is common, so write a and product of the remaining two variable, that is b and b or b complement or c. So b and b complement or c. So now I can write here, that is A or B and B complement, B and B complement, or B and C. So B and B complement. So this is from your AND law and get conclusion, that is B complement with B complement ANDed with B, hence this term is 0. So finally this term is 0 and 0 or with A or BC. So finally we have the reduction is A or BC. So finally this F is equal to, so this logic after the Boolean algebra, this after the simplification we will get A or BC. The next question is, so this is your first question. So those who have solved, please check the answer, A or BC. The next question is, F is equal to it is your question number 2, A or B, A or B complement, then A complement B, and then you have A complement or B complement. So here always you have to see, in order to apply your distributive law, always you have to see the common term and product of the remaining variable, So you can apply from these two, you can apply your distributive law. So distributive law is your, here the common term is A, so directly write A, or the remaining variable product, that is B and B complement, B and B complement. Then you have, similarly here A complement is common, hence A complement or remaining product B and B complement. So this B and B complement is always equal to 0, that is conclusion from your AND law. You should revise that. Again A or A complement and B and B complement is always equal to 0. So if 0 is ORed with remaining variable, so you will have A or A complement. Then from the OR law, if OR get conclusion, if the variable is complemented and ORed with the same variable, the answer is always equal to 1. This is from your OR get conclusion. Answer is 1. So finally after the reduction we will have F is equal to 1. So this is how your Boolean algebra will simplify the complex variable into simple variable and finally implement it by logic gate. So solve more number of problems on this Boolean algebra from your book A. Anand Kumar. There are many questions, examples are available on that book. So please solve many questions, then only you will be able to apply all the law whichever I have studied and I have explained here. If at all any doubt, you can ask me. Next question, I'm solving another example. So question is given, F is equal to AB or AB bar and C. The moment you see that AB and AB bar, so assume that this is your x is equal to AB. X is equal to, let x is equal to AB. So putting this in equation, so finally you have x or x complement c. So you have already studied about your absorption law, that is a or a complement b. So from that, or you can apply your distributive law, that is if x or x complement c is given, how you can apply your distributive law, x or x complement and with x or c from your distributive law. This law is very important. That is if a or bc is equal to a or b and a or c. So here I have applied this x or x complement c, that means x or x complement and x or c from your distributive law. So obviously x or x complement, that is your 1 and x or c. So finally you have a b or c. I am putting this is equal to x or c, and what is the value of x? X is equal to ab. So ab or c. So solve many questions on Boolean algebra, so that you will be able to utilize, you will be able to apply each and every law whichever you have studied till now. You have to solve problem in order to have a command over that law. The next we will study about, till now you have studied 3 gates basically, that is your basic gates. That is your first one is your complement gate, or inverter. What is the symbol for this? This is the symbol. If I give a input A, then I will get this output as A complement or A bar. The next basic gate we have studied, that is your OR gate. The symbol for this OR gate is, so this is the symbol for your OR gate. The minimum input, we can take more than 2 input, but the minimum input is 2, hence I have assumed 2 variable that is given to this OR gate, A and B, and the output of this OR gate is A. This plus sign in Boolean algebra indicates OR, A or B. Then the third basic gate you have studied, that is your AND gate. So you need to remember this symbol, AND gate. We have studied here also, minimum input is 2, hence I am applying the 2 input is A and B, and the output of this gate is Y is equal to A and B. So here the input is A, B and the output is Y. So after, when you apply A, B to this gate, the output will be A and B. So next gate we will study about your universal gate. This is the basic gates, that is your complement gate or NOT gate. This is also known as NOT gate, OR gate and AND gate. This is these 3 are your basic gate. Now we will study about your universal gate. So there are 2 gates is known as universal gate. I will explain you why this gate is known as universal gate. So first of all, universal gate. So in logic gate in Boolean algebra, there are 2 universal gate are present, that is your NAND gate and NOR gate. So these two gates are known as universal gate. Why these gates are known as universal gate? Because by using this gate, by using this gate, we can implement any other basic gate. What does it mean? That means by using NAND and NOR gate, we can implement any other logic gate. Hence, these two gates are known as universal gate. See, this question they are asking repeatedly in your semester examination. Which gates are universal gate and what do you mean by universal gate? So, universal gate means by using this gate, we are able to implement any other basic gate. That means AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate, XOR gate, XNOR gate. We will study about this XOR and XNOR later. The above gates we can able to implement by using NAND and NOR gate. Hence, that means by using this NAND and NOR, any other logic gate can be implemented. Any other logic can be implemented. Hence, this gate is known as universal gate. So, we have two universal gate in our logic gates, that is our NAND gate and NOR gate. NAND and NOR. So, let us explain. First, I will explain you NAND gate, then NOR gate. So, universal gate, the first one is your NAND gate. NAND gate. Actually, this is the combination of two gates. That is, this N stands for NOT and this AND, obviously your AND gate. So, if you cascade a AND gate with a NOT gate, cascading means connecting in series. If you cascade a AND gate with a NOT gate, the resulting gate is your NAND gate. That is, for example, I am drawing this. So, this is the symbol of your AND gate. Cascading means I am connecting in series a NOT gate. So, for example, this is your A, B. So, obviously, after passing through the AND gate, the result will be A and B. Now, this A and B is applied to your NOT gate. So, finally, you will have A and B whole complement. A and B whole complement. So, A and B whole complement we have already studied in De Morgan's theorem. So, now we can implement this by using two basic gate, that is your AND gate, NOT gate. If they are connected in series, the resulting gate is your NAND gate. So, NAND gate logic is A or B complement. So, next comes your, what is the symbol for this NAND gate? So, actually this is how you implement the NAND gate, but the symbol for this NAND gate is, so what is the symbol for this NAND gate? So, symbol for this NAND gate is see, from this NOT gate, I am drawing this AND gate, then we put a 0 here. This is the symbol for your NAND gate. So, y is equal to what is the output of this gate? Output will be y is equal to A and B complement, A and B whole complement. So, this is the symbol for your NAND gate. This is the symbol for your NAND gate. You need to remember this. So, I am drawing again this on the bracket, that is the symbol for your NAND gate is AND gate complement with NOT gate, then you will get your NAND gate. If I give the input as A and B, what will be its output? Output will be A and B whole complement. So whatever the basic gates you have studied, and or not, this is the derived gate, that is your NAND gate. Then we will study about its truth table. Then I will explain how this gate is known as universal gate. We will implement all other logic gates by using NAND gate. So first we will see the truth table. So obviously here in NAND gate you have two inputs A and B, hence we have four combination, that is A and B. Then we have output is your Y is equal to A and B complement. So 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. So these are the variables A and B, and this is the possible input combination. In digital we always take the input combination and 0 1 0 or 1. So how to write this? Y is equal to A and B whole complement. That means if I AND with 0 0 0, if I AND with after the AND gate, the output will be 0, but this 0 is whole complemented. So first we will see Y is equal to A and B, A and B. Then we will see A and B whole complement. So 0 0, after AND gate the output will be 0, but if this 0 is passing through a NOT gate, the output will be 1. 0 1, obviously in AND gate is 0, but if after it passing through the NOT gate, output will be 1. 1 0, AND gate output will be 0, but after it passing through the NOT gate, output will be 1. In this case the AND gate output will be 1, but after it passing through the gate, the output will be NOT gate, the output will be 0. So this is the truth table for your NAND gate. This is the truth table for your NAND gate. So no need to draw this A and B. Just to explain you how this is coming, I am drawing both the A and B and A and B complement. So you need to draw this. So conclusion is A, B, and the output logic is Y is equal to A and B complement. So this is the truth table. So 0 0, 0 1, 1 0 and 1 1. So obviously the output will be 1 1 1 and then 0. So this is the truth table for your NAND gate. So what is the conclusion from this truth table? The moment one of the input is 0, or both the input is 0, the output will be 1. When both the inputs applied to the NAND gate is 1, then only the NAND gate output will be 0. Hence the NAND gate is more sensitive to this 0 input. The moment you see one of the input given to the NAND gate is 0, the output will be 1. So this is the very very important conclusion from your NAND gate. So I can write here, NAND gate is, note, you please note it down, NAND gate is very sensitive to low input or 0 input. NAND gate is very sensitive to low input, that is I am applying here as 0. The moment one of the input of the NAND gate is 0, the output will be 1. No need to see the other input. If one of the input is 0 given to your NAND gate, the output will be 1. So when you draw the truth table, just to remember that point, NAND gate is very very sensitive to low value of input. NAND gate is very sensitive to low value of input, that is here the 0 out of 0 and 1, the low value is your 0. Hence the moment one of the input is 0, whatever may be the other input, the output of the NAND gate is 1. So thank you. In the next class, I will start from this NAND gate again and explain how this NAND gate is utilized to implement other logic gates and why it is known as a universal gate. Then I will explain you NOR gate, and then after that I will explain two more gates, that is your XOR gate and XNOR gate. So thank you.